Okay, la 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 la. Right, we got audio. We'll mute the laptop so we don't get feedback. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So, last night I got on really late, and as a result, I didn't stream anything. Too busy playing catch up on my daily maintenance stuff, and then I was grinding some antiquities. Well, you know how it goes. You mean to do something, but you don't actually do it. You get sidetracked, and before I knew it, it was like 10 a.m. in the morning. I had to go down to the doctor's, pick up a prescription, trudge through the snow, and by the time I got back, I was like, I need a nap, which has carried me through all the way to 6:30. Well, 6:35 GMT, but you know. So today we are on our lovely little warden healer, Maximilian Dufont, one of the Dufont twins. Going for a sort of jaunty Robin Hood type of look. Funnily enough, I got most of my vet trial experience with Max because everyone else was like, "Oh no, we don't need a Templar, but if you've got a Warden Healer, we can get you into a group for a Warden Healer." I was like, you know what? I'll take it. I will learn. So dearest darling Max is responsible for most of my vet trial busts. Okay, today we are going to go and have a look around Sereyne's Sereyne's recently acquired Shalidors Shrouded Realm. Because at some point, everyone's favourite drunken tipsy Khajiit muffed up another teleporting spell and ended up in Shalidors Realm. And since it was vacant, she decided, oh, right, I'm having this. But, you know, not as drafty and Nordic as it could be, she decided to make it Khajiit. So we're just going to have a little run around there, show you what I've done with the place. It's fairly simple, but I'm quite happy with it. Keyword here, it's a Khajiit sanctuary. Okay, so as you can see, we've got plenty of trees. I like to imagine that over the years, things got a little unruly and out of hand with the trees and the magic, and you know, it's Oblivion. Stranger things have happened. So this gigantic, chaotic mess of crystals and plants is the work of Sereyne herself. As we all remember from elsewhere, Sereyne is very fond of a drink, and I suspect a little bit of moon sugar's involved as well. So when she finds something she likes, she just splats it out. So we've got crystals and exotic plants, Ganarthi's sacred wind bells, and of course a Khajiit flaming scones, because, you know, Khajiit stuff is cool. Crystals studied everywhere. If you're going to go full on gaudy, go full on gaudy. Over there we can see one of the resident Khajiit just wandering around, taking his time, enjoying himself. We have some very large trees providing cover because this is a rather empty house from this angle. As you come in, it's great to stare into the void, and you can do some excellent non-Einsteinian university things. with floating rocks and trees and stuff, but I like homes to be homes, or at least look like they're homes. So over here we have chairs and a Solitude Wolf and Warrior game where someone is... I don't know how they play this. I think it's probably a stalemate. Someone's having a game and they've just abandoned it to go and do something else. Or maybe Sereyne kicked them out. Who can see? Behind the big lunar rock, we have a very nice meditation garden. For those of the Khajiit that remember how to meditate and aren't soused out of their face on moon sugar or skooma. Those painted rocks are wonderful ways to add a little colour. As you can see, it's green, no, fading to purple, so it must be daytime. We head down this way. The waterfall and the river are slightly enclosed by trees again. Over here we have a little Khajiit flower garden with cacti, glowing shrubs, various different flowers, trees, Khajiit warrior statue, and the moon-blessed ceremonial pool. I still have no idea what kind of ritual they'd use that for, but I figured they'd be as well having one. Besides, it's just so pretty, and I didn't spend all that time hunting through the delve in southern elsewhere not to have as many of these as I could. Go down here, and we've got one of the Sench housemates just watching the waters flow into oblivion, which is a kind of trippy view. I'm not sure if he's on the moon sugar or not, but I wouldn't be surprised. And over here we have Izabi, Perari and Vizez just chilling out, munching on sweet rolls, chilling with the skooma parlour. Yes, I did have to move the skooma, the red Khajiit gazebo. Khajiit David, jeez. The Khajiit gazebo from the guild house because I was too broke to buy multiples last time it was at the luxury vendor. And since I was Khajiiting this place up, it was a much better choice to move it here. Hang on, are we? Okay, so we're... It's green during the daytime, purple during the night. Okay, well, are we? Are we day or are we night? Okay, we are slightly confused. So as I mentioned, we did the trees to make it a lot less empty as you come in. Because it's a lovely, breathtaking view, but I think looking at it all the time would give you ideas about jumping into the void. And I'm not entirely sure what would happen if a mortal jumped into the void of oblivion. Probably unpleasant. If nothing else, you'd probably end up in your least favourite Shalidors realm being forced to be their champion. So, here I used the sawtooth walls to make a little retaining wall. Because I have several in-game friends who really love to suicide off things in my houses. which I find irritating, but they find highly enjoyable because I find it irritating. Over here we have the ancient Nord Gate, which leads all the way down to Shalidors Library. Or at least the best approximation I could come up with for Shalidors Library, because the furnished version they tried to sell us with this place was appallingly small. You're trying to tell me one of the greatest archmages of all time had a library consisting of 4 bookshelves? I say thee nay. No. Shalidor would have had lots. Lots and lots and lots. Although not terribly organised, because, you know, this is a very interestingly shaped room. So as you can see, I kept as much of the Khajiit furniture as I could, although some of the armchairs are giving me issues. I mean, you say you're green, but you won't let me sit on you. Why gotta do this to Dave? I mean, this one's fine, this one's fine. I don't think it's too close to the bookshelf for the brazier. I have no clue why it won't let me sit down, other than it's a big old meanie. I love having these bookshelf plans, so I can just make them when I like, although having the mundane runes for it is a bit of a headache. If Zenimax could just decrease the cost of them, that would be great. Or sell them via the root vendor. Hello, Birodar. Birodar would love to explain the point of his studies, but fears you would find it all terribly boring, quite beyond your current level of comprehension. This one often finds it beyond his comprehension as well, so don't feel bad. Dude, you're just here to index the books. Behave. So, we can now make both these bookshelves. We have the old Dwarven book plan and the new Dwarven book plan, and I shudder to think how much I spent on those. As you can see, I put in an upstairs level and went a little bit even more crazy with bookshelves. I know technically Shalidor probably wouldn't have had access to the Clockwork City, but let's face it, Elder Scrolls Online is a game of many contradictions, and there is an actual delve in Oridon that attracts books from other time periods, so I can have Clockwork bookshelves if I want Clockwork bookshelves, god damn it. So my guildmates were appalled by the amount of heartwood I spent making this place. But you know, bookshelves gotta be made. Mage's got a mage. And where else are you gonna store all your research notes? Inside a giant observatory that's got a star in it? Oh wait, hang on, that's Sothasel. Oh, nuts. I just realised that bookshelf was phased into the wall quite badly. No. We can't have that. Oh my god, if Nyla had seen that, she would laugh her butt off. And call me such a noob. She's very particular about seams. And phasing. Yeah, so we've got a fairly wide selection of bookshelves. The only ones I don't know how to make are the Iliad ones, I think. I'm sure I'm probably missing another one or two, but it's the only one that springs to mind. I wanted to do a little more clutter, but Because I filled up the library and the rest of the house, I didn't have much space left. I mean, let's see, we've got 699 collectible furnishings. I could add some of the, ooh, like, yeah, let's use some of the little gallery statues. Khajiit, right, okay. Khajiit like Azura. And they've also got a thing for Nocturnal. Because they can't believe Nocturnal and Azura are sisters. Children of Fadamai. Let's move. Oh, no, not quite that way. This way. And Mr. Chatty Chatty Skull Skull can get moved there. And Vanna Falls Face can get moved there. Okay, so Somerset, Oriel and Xerxes. Statuette gives me kind of Janus vibes from the Roman Empire. Two-faced. Let's see, who else do we have? There's Oriel. Clavicus Vile. Right, so Mephala here because we're going to put Clavicus there as well. I do feel mildly salty about the fact that I've got this like little Clavicus Vile statuette that was an ESO Plus freebie, but there's also the achievement version that I paid 100,000 gold for, or 75,000 gold for, in Morrowind. A little bit salty. Yeah, so, okay. Stop it. That here, because otherwise I'd have to dot them about the bigger bookshelves. And I'm aiming for accessibility. So people can see them. No, we're not going to put them there. That's a bench. Oh yeah, let's not forget the treasure room. So through here we have our treasure room, which is mostly Khajiit treasure, but I like this Murkmar calendar dial too much to not put out any chance I can get. Yes, I did seal up one end of this place because I didn't want to have it completely... Well, I was using it to save space, basically. You nip a little space here, you nip a little space there, you have a little more space to work with. Oh, and yeah, and I have studied readable books all over the place. Oh, I didn't put quills out. Oh well. I'll just say that Sereyne lost them, or incinerated them when she was drunk. Drunk Khajiit does drunk Khajiit things. Okay. Now we're going to head up this way to the first tower. And we come out of the trees and get a good view of these railings in particular, which I put in to try and stop my friends from doing the old suicide thing. And it can stop me from doing it, but I'm pretty sure it won't be able to stop Cassie. She finds a way all the time. So over here we have a nice little reading nook for the Cantatas of Vivek and the Ebony Fox Antiquity. I would have liked to have put more tapestries up, but there's only so much room one has in this house.
No, really. You could have listened to the radio.
Oh, and here's
You could
the
have spun some
Hlalu
vinyl. You could
Foxes
have
and
played a
Hounds game.
cassette tape. You
I
could
really
have
want
listened
someone
to
to
an
make this in
8-track
real
tape.
life and explain how it
If
works.
you knew what an 8-track tape looked like. But you listened to Spotify.
Let's
Thanks for
move
that. And you still have
this.
hundreds more playlists to enjoy.
I mean, yeah. Originally, I was going to do a walkway from this gate to that tower over there and place a stool down, but placing the stool down didn't really work because you couldn't actually sit on a stool if you placed it down there, and I have a pathological loathing of furnishings you can't actually use. And watch this one turn out to be non-sittable. Yep, non-sittable again. I wouldn't mind so much, but I like mention it, and then the game's like, well, clearly you aren't paying attention, Dave. You can't sit in this one. I don't know, maybe. I have no clue what's going on there. Okay, so those are the little reading nooks and the gateway to death, as I've nicknamed it. Up here, this is where we start with the crafting tables. So, woodworking, blacksmithing, jewellery, clothing, outfit station. I finally had some place to use all those elsewhere braziers I have. And we head upstairs, and it's a little more decorated up here. We've got a relic vault, chanting table, some relics, a little Breton statue, the sea elf shrine, some soul gems, bunch of alchemy stuff. Our alchemy stations. Oh, and the Sorcerer King's Shattered Blade. Just because. I've got like 4 of them, so I figured I might as well start using some of them. Something magic-y and enchanting-y. Or we could go with the Soothie Bishop. Let's go with that one. I put in a new floor in this particular tower because I hated the one that had holes in it so very much. I mean, we do have a big stick lying on the floor above, but you know, there's not a lot we can do with debris. Okay, so we head down here. There's Tall Papa's lamp. Got one of the gold Khajiit statues. Books on vampires and soul trapping. And a couple of nice sensors. Let's move you. Try to look. Well, if we've got vampires, let's see. Molag Bal is Vampire Daddy. And what was that other one? Soul trapping. Do we have anyone creepy and so... Well, Meridia hates undead, so we'll put her here. I wasn't actually intending to put more stuff out, but I figure we've got gallery stuff, why not? Let's see... Arcana restored, the Mark Merlin urn, think we don't need to put anything else there. Okay, so we head upstairs here, and this is where the living quarters begins. The kitchen's very simple. Lots of Khajiit honeyed mead, lots of meat, lots of fish, some cake for our more carb-hungry Khajiit. Plenty of storage. We've got fish hanging up smoking here, and meat here. Big jugs of wine. A little cooking fire here, and a proper cooking fire here. With a gigantic cauldron of stew. Which will probably keep the saber cats quite happy. Sentrats. Oh, come on. All fingers and thumbs today. So I put some safety rails in here. Mostly because I don't trust Sereyne not to fall through... Well, fall down and hurt herself. And of course we have a skimmer bubbler. And over here we have some of the smaller cats. I'm just like retconning them all as Alfie. Having a little conversation on the bed. The two big Sentrats outside share this one. And of course Sereyne has her own bed because, you know, her house. With a lot of booze beside it. She's holding court with her moon sugar and her wine. Hey Sereyne, how are you? When you're thirsty, Neville sample flasks from a tinkerer's bag. Vole either keeps his grease in old whiskey bottles or makes the worst mixed drinks in the world. Both could be true with that one. Yes, I can see how that would work. This is the same dude that swallowed a soul gem by accident. Yes, so that's the living quarters. Yeah, I see flat space. What would amuse a drunken mage? Okay, we'll go with the wolf and warrior. And for another one, Halligan Trinimac, we'll do the same shroud. Because the Sentrat has such fine haunches. Give Sereyne a little bit of Khajiit eye candy to look at. No. So, downstairs. It is very foresty. We're almost done looping around. I do wonder if perhaps I shouldn't dig out some of the trophies from the dungeons. A really nice view over here. If we had a lot more of those giant rocks available to us, I might have considered an obstacle course for this house, but just the big rocks are just not big enough. Like those Cold Harbour Daedric pavilions would have been great. Or those roughly diamond-shaped Cold Harbour rocks. I am terribly bad at describing things today. Okay, so What would you have if you were a Khajiit? Actually, I think we'll leave these for another day. Otherwise, I'll be pulled in an infinite rabbit hole of decorating. I suppose the light out ones would do. But yes, so this is Sereyne's Shalidors Shrouded Realm. Just goes to show that if you're a drunk teleporting Khajiit who stumbles upon an ancient archmage's lost sanctuary, you too can steal it. Oh well, stealing might be a bit harsh. I mean, it's not like Shalidor's using it. Too busy partying his way around Aetherius. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed the tour. And good night and God's bless.